One thing at a time. If you want to give an effective PowerPoint presentation, don't get greedy. Try to do one thing at a time. Most speakers fail because they set themselves up for failure. They tell their audience, okay, listen to me, now look at what's going on over here, now read this handout, all at the same time. It doesn't work that way. We all think we can multitask. We all think we can do 10 things at once. Guess what? We can't. All the research I've ever read shows that if you ask someone to do one thing at a time, they'll actually finish faster than if you give someone 3 things to do at once. That's just reality. Think of it this way. If your teenager tells you, hey, I can do my homework, watch TV, listen to my iPod, and talk to my friends at the same time and do instant messaging, do you believe them? Of course not. Well, why in the world do you think that these same teenagers become 23, enter the job market, and all of a sudden can do all this multitasking? It makes no sense. You want to know the most effective way to use PowerPoint? Okay, for starters, speak directly to your audience for a couple of minutes. Don't even show the first slide. When you're ready to get to the slides, introduce the concept first. Give some facts, give some examples, perhaps tell a story. Then and only then, bring up the slide to back up your story. If you're talking, don't have any slides up. Now some of you are scratching your head saying, what in the world is this guy talking about? Is he insane? That's not how you do PowerPoint. I'm telling you, this is the most effective way to use PowerPoint. If you're speaking, don't let your audience look at anything. If you're speaking, don't give them handouts. Now, why is that? Because if I'm talking about a subject and I give you a handout, you can read up to 800 words a minute. I can only speak 150 words a minute. So,
no, I can't.
Okay.
You don't have to stop.
Oh, all right. So if I give you this book or this information or this worksheet to look at, I'm asking you to now ignore me, to tune me out. Why in the world would I encourage you to zone me out? Makes no sense. It's the same thing with a slide. If I'm speaking to you and there's an interesting slide up here, I'm asking you to have to make this choice. You're like at the US Open. Do I look here? Do I look here? You're back and forth. I'm giving you a dilemma. Don't do it. If you want to really connect with your audience, don't force them to make tough choices. Give them one choice at a time. If you're speaking, don't have any distractions. If there's something for them to look at, shut your mouth. If you want them to read something, and I'm a big believer in reading, I'm a big believer in text and data, give it to them after the presentation. Or email it to them the day before the presentation. Or give it to them after a section. But don't give it to them at the same time, because then you're begging them to tune you out. Now, pay special attention to the sequencing. The most important thing when you're giving a PowerPoint is to be seen in charge, in control. No one was ever advanced to a higher position or a CEO because they gave a good PowerPoint presentation. They advanced because they were seen as good communicators. So the way to do that is to be seen as the leader, not letting the PowerPoint lead you. So introduce the concept, explain it, give facts, give details, tell a story, then and only then bring up the slide behind you. So remember, one thing at a time to most effectively use PowerPoint.